On July 24th, 2020, a young South Asian woman named Nima Gupta took her life due to postpartum depression. In response to this, a group of South Asian female physicians decided to get together and share our stories battling postpartum depression, help you identify signs and symptoms of postpartum depression, and what you can do to help. Please, I hope that you will watch this video to its entirety, share it with your friends and family so we can help break the stigma against mental health and postpartum depression in the South Asian community.
It's not just feeling sad or depressed after having a baby. It's about feeling helpless, hopeless. It's feeling like you can't concentrate, like you can't bond with your baby. It's an out-of-body experience that you just can't shake off. It lasts for more than 2 weeks, but this is something that is serious. So many women go through it. 1 in 9 new mothers have postpartum depression.
It's underdiagnosed, underreported, stigmatized, and something that women feel ashamed about, including myself.
Are there changes in sleep and appetite? And that can go in either direction. Too much or too little when compared to what is that person's baseline and what feels good for them. Is there difficulty in concentration at all? Is there overall low energy? Are there feelings of guilt or worthlessness in any sense? And is there a loss of pleasure from activities that used to be enjoyable? We call that anhedonia. And then, of course, are there thoughts at all of self-harm? And self-harm can come in different forms. There can be a very active form of having a plan to cause that harm to oneself. But there can also be a passive form. And it can sometimes look like, oh, if I go to bed and I don't wake up, that will be okay. Depressed mood is something that we're looking for, but irritability is also something that's there. And what I really wanted to focus on when we're thinking about mood and postpartum depression is anger. Anger can sometimes be the only thing people see for a woman who is struggling. And there's also a lot more shame around anger in comparison to other emotions that women might experience. And so
this can affect women and men and can present anywhere from pregnancy to 1 year after giving birth.
And don't forget this, depression is a disease of isolation. It wants you to isolate. It wants you to keep your feelings to yourself. It's in those moments where you feel like you do not want to or cannot talk to anyone that it could be the most important time to do that.
I really feel that this is an issue that we really need to talk about in our community. Mental health is a disease. It is just as important as our physical being. I think it's so important that we address these issues in the South Asian community, that we talk about mental health, that every new mother feels that they're not alone, they feel supported, that they understand that they have a community.
The Indian community doesn't understand. And I have to say that I felt the same. When I dealt with what happened, I was told by close loved ones of the elderly, generation that I shouldn't talk about what happened to me, that I should only talk about the good stuff, that I shouldn't share that I was seeing a therapist, that I shouldn't share that I was getting help for what was going on, that I should be strong, be grateful. But the problem with that is that when you say be strong, you're diminishing the experience that new moms go through. It's okay to be strong, but it's also okay to be vulnerable. It's also okay to say that things are not perfect, because they're not perfect. But sometimes just by saying that, you can find the power in healing.
And I think as a community, as a whole, we need to not stigmatize this, not be ashamed of it.
Postpartum depression is not a flaw. It's not a sign of weakness. It does not make mom's love for the baby any less. Postpartum depression does not exclude anyone. It can affect people from any professional background, financial situation, ethnicity, and any familial situation. Let's drop the shame, let's drop the judgment. Recognize postpartum depression as a medical condition. Reach out, connect, get some help, and save lives.
I think that it's so important to make sure that our community, that our mothers, that our society knows that it's normal to feel sad, to feel overwhelmed, to not have that connection with the baby right away. I think that if I had known that, I would have felt normal. In fact, I called my mom within a day of giving birth and asked for help. And I knew that there was something wrong, but I couldn't put my finger on it. And as soon as I got help, all I wanted to do is just get an hour to myself and feel like myself again. I hope that you won't let the taboo of our old society stop you from getting the help you need.
I just want everyone to know that they should never feel that they're alone.
You are not alone. So many people are going through it. I've been through it, and I want you to get help. You will get through this.
Don't do what I did, which is just try to think that it's going to go away and be alone and think that there's no one out there to help you, because there is.
Needing help doesn't mean that you're a bad mother. It doesn't mean that you love your child any less.
And I want you to get help. There is help out there. Talk to a friend, talk to your partner, talk to other new mothers, because chances are they're going through it also.
If you're a new mom out there, I just want to say I know it's so hard, but you're not alone.
The postpartum period is chaotic for so many different reasons, and it can be chaotic for your partner too, making it difficult for them to show up the way they need to. It's okay to reach out to your family, your friends, and other people for help.
It shows strength to ask for help. Learn these signs and symptoms, know these signs and symptoms. Discuss them with your family. It could save your life. There is no guilt. There is no shame in how you are feeling.
Thank you for watching this video. I greatly appreciate your time. Please share this with anyone you think that might benefit from hearing this message. Thank you.